Hello and welcome to the Crooked Letter Sports Podcast, a show about Mississippi sports and the folks who play them. I'm Tyler Cleveland, joined as always by my co-host and dad, Rick Cleveland of Mississippi Today fame. Dad, have a good weekend?
Yeah, did. Watched a lot of college baseball. Went down and spoke at a event in Hattiesburg for the Roy Howard journalism program at Southern Miss. Great program.
Yeah. Got interviewed by our old friend Mitch Williams.
A Hattiesburg legend, Mitchell Williams.
WDAM and Southern Miss legend Mitch Williams.
And former 880 dash runner for Southern, which I had forgotten. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he hasn't. Or maybe he has. I don't know.
If anybody who's ever run the 880 has not forgotten about it, because it's the toughest race. You know, it's kind of in there between a sprint and a distance run, and it taxes you.
Yeah, well, any kind of running taxes me.
Yeah.
But, boy, we ate like kings between the Mayflower Saturday night and the shish kebabs you made Sunday. Man, those were fantastic. So we always eat well, but I mean it was particularly right. Just look at it. But it was particularly fun for me over the weekend. Got a chance to watch a good bit of hockey over the weekend. I know you don't usually lead the Crooked Letter Sports Podcast, the show about Mississippi sports and the folks who play them with hockey. But we got to talk about it a little bit because it was so much fun, and we'll get to plenty of college baseball that we had this weekend and look ahead a little bit. But I want to start there. How much did you? I know you didn't watch the men because you were asleep. You slept right through it like a champ.
Yeah, your mother and I were streaming a show, and we ended up streaming the whole last season and nodding off about 4 a.m. and the hockey.
So I guess the 7:10 wake up call for hockey didn't.
It didn't happen. When I woke up, I had your text messages. You better be watching this and. Wow, and all this stuff, and
I managed to get up just in time to stumble to the coffee machine and get it on before the puck dropped. But I want to start with the women because they were so dominant throughout the entire Olympics
until they weren't.
Until they weren't against the Canadians, they still won. Right in I guess it was an overtime. But it was, it was a one goal game, just like the men, and they found a way to win. And then you thought, they were expected. We thought that was going to happen. They had already beaten Canada 5-0 early in the Olympics. But then the men came, and just watching that game, I had zero confidence that the USA was going to win that game against the Canadians. They even when they were ahead 1-0, it just seemed like they were holding on for dear life. They got their goal.
The goalie won the game.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
Yeah,
fantastic. But it set off this huge raucous celebration here. And boy, I felt kind of bad for the Canadian. I mean, you could tell how bad they wanted it. You could see it on their faces and the fans, and it's got to be demoralizing to, hockey is what, the fourth most popular sport in America, fourth or fifth, somewhere in there.
Depends on whether you rank it ahead of golf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's more popular than golf, but you could tell it's the most important thing in Canada.
Well, here's the deal with any sports classic event that you remember, it takes more than one team to make it. I mean,
right.
the losing team has to be really good too,
right.
And Canada was really good. I mean, I thought after watching the replay, I thought that Canada should have won.
They were better. They were better than we were, and I saw I think it was their captain in the post-game press conference said, "You watch the film and tell me who was the better team." And it's like, yeah, but if only we could boil it down to, instead of comparing and contrasting with eye tests, if we could just boil it down to one stat, maybe like most goals.
Well, most shots on goal, they were dominant, but having a great goalie matters.
Right.
That's part of the game.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I
know,
know. I don't, and definitely didn't. I kind of felt bad for the players and the fans. It was exhilarating to watch them win, and the way they did it. My favorite part of the whole thing is the picture of the guy that scored the winning goal with his teeth knocked out, with the huge grin, the medal ceremony.
well, you remember the Jackson Bandits?
Yeah.
When we had them here at Mississippi Coliseum, when they tried to have a professional hockey franchise without selling beer,
Mm-hmm.
which was never gonna work, ever gonna work.
Oh,
But anyway, I just remember interviewing some of those players, and all of them were missing teeth or had broken teeth, and that's just part of the sport, I guess.
yeah. Well, I think you could always tell hockey players based on that, but you could always, I know, like wrestlers, you could always tell because they had that cauliflower ear. There's
Yeah.
some tells like that. Yeah, I don't know why Jackson tried that. I mean, I don't know why Bernie Evers did that when they had the hockey team with no beer sales, but it was not the first time that the state of Mississippi and the city of Jackson has done something stupid and futile. So, and it won't be the last, I assure you. Dad, we got to switch from the ice to the baseball parks, even though it's still pretty chilly outside here in
Good,
Jackson
I know
today.
something about baseball.
Right. It's still a little chilly here in Jackson today, but it's supposed to warm up. We're recording this on Tuesday. And it's a good thing because baseball season is heating up right along with it. You saw major jumps in the polls. Ole Miss in the rankings now. I can't believe they weren't in it before, but they're in the rankings as of Monday. And I think Southern Miss was on I want to say it was the main story in The Athletic. They jumped, 12 spots?
They jumped, well.
From 24 to 12, I think, is what I
Yeah.
saw. And RPIs, I was looking at it Sunday. I believe Ole Miss was like
1.
Yeah, and Southern Miss was 7 then. I don't know what they are now.
They're 7.
I haven't seen what happened since they, won their third game over the weekend. But everyone played well over the weekend. Mississippi State swept 3 from Delaware, winning 26-5 total in 3 games. I mean, if you look at it, Ole Miss beat a really good Missouri State team who I guess at the time they were in the top 5 in RPI somehow. But they beat them 11-6, 6-3, and 3-2 in the third game. And then I think the most impressive of the weekend was Southern Miss out in that, was it the Round Rock? Is that what they call
Round
it?
Rock Classic, and just outside of Austin, where the AAA team, they play in the AAA stadium, which supposedly is major league quality. That's where our original Jackson Mets went, was to Austin.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I thought it was the Generals left.
Yeah.
They went from Jackson, Mississippi to Jackson, Tennessee, and didn't change any of the signage or anything. So smart.
Well, back to the original point,
Yep.
what Southern did was very impressive. To 3 really good teams, they beat Purdue,
Oregon
State, which has only won 3 national championships in the last 20 years, and then a third game against a really good Baylor program. So that's getting it done.
Yeah, well, and then as I was asking my girlfriend, she said, how the Eagles do this weekend? And I said they won 3 games that are really, really, really going to help them later. As part in terms of the resume, and when you get to the end of the year and you're talking about who's hosting and who's not, and who gets the national seeds and who doesn't. I mean, I think this kind of showcase can be huge because Oregon State at least is going to be right there at the end.
Well, our 3 teams combined now are 22-1.
Mm-hmm.
Going into tonight, midweek games tonight. Once again, Southern Miss is not stepping down any in competition because they're when this comes out everybody will know the score.
Yeah, by the
but
time you hear this podcast, everybody will know the score
yeah,
of the
but
Southern Miss
Southern
Alabama
Miss
game.
plays Alabama tonight in a midweek game, and then they go to Louisiana Tech,
Right.
which is on the verge of being nationally ranked and probably should be.
Yeah. I saw way too early overreactions on Monday, a thread on Reddit where the La Tech fans were out and about talking about how excited they were for this weekend. And that's it may not be as good as the rivalry with ULL, but it's up there for Southern Miss in terms of baseball opponents.
Well, Lane Burrs, the coach at Louisiana Tech's a really good friend of mine. He coached at Southern Miss under Corky Palmer, and then he went to Mississippi State and coached with John Cohen there before he got the Louisiana Tech job. I'm just amazed that that somebody in the SEC, or I know he was under consideration for the LSU job.
Yep.
Before, but Lane is one hell of a baseball coach.
Yeah, he would have been your favorite LSU coach named Lane.
There's no question whatsoever about that.
Well, Dad, I reserve the right to change the pecking order at any point, but right now I'm the most excited about Southern Miss. I'm excited about everybody, but just because of the competition they've played so far and the way they've played, I think I'm the most excited. But man, I don't think you can take away anything from. Mississippi State has just handled their business. I mean, they were playing the Delaware Blue Hens. I don't know if you are aware, but it's been cold in the Northeast. They have not. It's like some bomb cyclone thing going on up there where it's just. I mean,
all the baseball diamonds are about a foot under snow.
Right. So it's hard to judge anything based off of 3 wins over Delaware. I know they're good. And I know they're gonna play well down the stretch. Ole Miss apparently is gonna hit. I don't know how many home runs they're gonna hit. It may be it's definitely gonna be in triple digits. I think.
Question is how many Udermark.
Yeah, Judd Udermark. I mean, he is. Is he? I mean, who does he remind you of? And I mean, how high do you think the ceiling is on that guy?
Well, he reminds me of the guy they called the statue.
Elko?
Yeah. He's just full strong.
Yeah.
Did you see the quote from Bianco about the
I did not.
home running? Apparently Sunday the wind was blowing like 30 miles across from left to right field, and Udermark hit one into the teeth of the wind to left, and it got out by like 30 feet. And Bianco said, I've seen a lot of games in this ballpark, and the wind's blown like that a few times. I've never seen a ball get out with that kind of wind. And then he said, but Udermark's there's not a lot of humans like Udermark.
Yeah.
Not many people that strong.
Well, not playing college baseball, I mean, he looks like a big leaguer, you know what I mean? Just on the hoof.
He looks like an NFL strong safety.
Well, that's what Elko was like. I mean, big and strong. What has you the most excited about Mississippi State? I think I think once they figure out the back end of that weekend rotation, they're going to be hell on wheels, and they already are. But once they get that figured out, they're going to be truly one of the 5 best teams in the country, which is kind of where the prognosticators have them right now.
Well, most of the people are talking about Ace Reese,
but
we already knew he could hit.
Right.
I mean, he's not going to continue to hit 500, which he's hitting right now.
Maybe he will.
I don't think so. But to me, the most important thing with State right now, as compared to last year, is they're throwing strikes.
Yeah, man, it's so much more fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean their strikeout to walk ratio right now is almost 5-1.
Yeah,
which you're gonna win a lot of baseball games with
Yeah.
that.
I'd love to know what that stat was last year because there was a stretch there where they just
It
could
was
not throw strikes.
more like 2.5 to
Refused
1.
to throw strikes.
Yeah.
Well, obviously looking forward to this game on Tuesday night as we're recording this with Alabama and Southern Miss. But what about after that? I mean, what are you looking forward to going forward? I know
We're coming up here, Tyler. We got in Hattiesburg. They're playing Alabama this Tuesday night, Mississippi State the next Tuesday night, and then Ole Miss the next Tuesday night. All at home.
somebody going to take some losses.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, golly, their strength of schedule is going to be off the charts.
Yeah, by the time that's through, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
For
so
sure.
anyway, I'm just looking forward to see how this plays out. I think all three teams, as I stated in a column that we published in Mississippi Today yesterday, all three of these teams have Omaha potential.
Yeah. Well, I think I was going to say all three we might have 3 regionals in Mississippi, which would be cool.
Oh, that would be, yeah, that'd be off the chart.
I don't know how I would split myself in 3, but
Yeah.
we'd have to do it. But yeah. I'm absolutely smitten with it. I mean, it's this time of year every year. It's just,
It's what we do best.
Yep.
And I always like to plug. It's we talk all the time about the so-called Big Three, but we got good baseball teams all over. Delta State's won 6 in a row. They're 9-2. They're ranked nationally Division II. William Carey down in Hattiesburg just continues to win. Belhaven at this point is undefeated. We play college baseball here.
Yeah, for sure. And you didn't even talk about the JUCOs, which are, have several teams that are ranked. And, yeah, no, it is just top to bottom. And it's something you can, a feather to have in your hat. I wish they would go all. I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and no disrespect to Southern Miss football. I hope, they do well, and I hope Blake does well and everything. I wish Southern Miss would go all in on baseball. I mean,
I don't know what more they can do.
I know. Well, I mean, still spending money on everything on other sports, but
they're sold out for the season.
Yeah, the tickets.
They don't have a ticket booth.
I'm not talking about the fans.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the money people. I just feel like I would rather be exceptionally good at one thing than be competitive in everything. And I know that makes me the outlier, but you could be the baseball school. You know what I mean?
Well, put it in Joe Paul's suggestion box.
I'm sure he's just waiting for me to drop that in there so he can take me up on it. Yeah. Dad, we're going to move to the Blitz.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's look at today's rundown. Boy, we had some excitement over the weekend. The MHSA soccer season is in the books, and we've had a bit of an upset in the 7A. The girls, Tupelo beat Northwest Rankin 2-0. I want to get these names right. Jasmine Quinn and Kat Long with goals for Tupelo. And the boys, Madison Central beat Biloxi. Surprised it wasn't Madison Central and Northwest Rankin. It seems like it always is. But Madison beat Biloxi 2-0 on goals from Carson Pentecost and Tanner Nichols. Dad, do you miss going to soccer games? Do you miss going to soccer games on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. when it's like 40 degrees outside?
Do you mind if I tell one Tyler Cleveland soccer story?
I wish you would. It ain't gonna be the Blitz today. It's gonna be a little drawn out. But go ahead.
Well, I gotta tell this story. This is like year 5 or 6 playing out at the Northwest Rankin soccer fields, and
we're at Bobby Cleveland Park. That's where we play.
Well, that's where it is.
At Lakeshore.
That's what it is
Bobby
now.
Cleveland Park at Lakeshore.
Yeah. Well, anyway, as kids that age do, they follow that ball in a herd.
Yeah, we weren't playing position.
20 kids following one fall down the field trying to get to it. And all of a sudden, a really pretty monarch butterfly flew overhead, and 19 kids kept following that ball. And my kid peeled off and followed the butterfly.
Yeah. I think that's when you knew it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Or when they put me in the goal and they scored a goal because I was climbing it like a jungle
I
gym.
remember that day too.
Yeah. I just wasn't old enough to understand at that point. I didn't understand the beautiful game.
I've never been more happy than when you told me, Dad, I just don't think soccer's for me.
Man, and I'm telling you now, the parents that are into it, boy, they are into it.
Yeah.
I've got some of my best friends, I'm about to turn 40, and some of my best friends are just, they're at soccer tournaments from Dallas to Jacksonville.
Spending thousands of dollars.
Chasing it. But the kids love it, so what are you going to do?
All right, let's really blitz now.
All right, here we go. Dad, the Braves announced actually this morning that they are going with a Braves.TV account on MLB.TV, joining, I think it's 10 to 12 other teams that have this set up where you'll be able to pay a flat fee.
Sign me up.
Yeah, for the entire season. Will you be canceling your FanDuel and your Fubo TV and all the other things that you have used for the past 3 years to watch the Braves?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm signing up for the
I bet you're paying $200, at least $200 to $250 a year for services that no longer carry the Braves.
Skip Carey hooked me years and years ago, and I'm still hooked.
I remember we watched it every day growing up.
Yep.
I loved it. Dad, Roger Burton is the new coach at West Point, a longtime assistant there. He replaces Brett Morgan, who, of course, took the job at Starkville. Do you think do you think it matters? I guess you need some consistency.
I think it matters
there,
that you get a competent coach, but Burton's he's been part of all this success they've had through the years
under Chris Chambliss, and now.
Yeah, I think they'll just rock on along, and they'll keep blowing people off the line of scrimmage and winning football games.
You don't think they're going to switch to the air raid?
No, I don't. They'll get the ball to start the game, and with about a minute left in the first quarter, they'll finish that drive and score.
1 yard fullback dive.
Yeah.
I don't think Hal Mummy would run anything but what that West Point offense. I don't think he would change a thing if he took over that program. Dad, Cam Jordan says he wants to retire a Saint, and I quote, he just wants to be valued, is not asking for top dollar, which I'm glad to hear because he's nowhere near a top defensive end at this point. Do you think the Saints should bring him back on, he had 10.5 sacks last year. It was his most since, I think, 2021. It didn't feel like 10.5 sacks. I know a couple of those came in one game. What's your take on Cam Jordan at this point in his career, and do you think the Saints would be smart to bring him back?
I think it's appropriate for them to bring him back. I'm traditionalist, I like to see guys stick with, especially guys that have been so critical and loyal, and I hope they bring him back.
I hope they do too. I don't think they should pay above market value.
No.
Because what I like to see players retire with the team they played with their whole career, but I also like to see players rush the quarterback on a regular basis for the team that I'm pulling for. So
I saw a lot of those sacks came at the end of the year, and a lot of them were when the quarterback was trying to run out of the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
When it wasn't like a bull rush or anything like that.
And it wasn't when he was in hot pursuit, because he's not chasing anybody down at this point. I love Cam Jordan, and
he's a class act.
Yeah, one of the few football jerseys I've ever owned. So I want him to, I'd love to see him retire as a Saint. I just don't want him to overpay for him. Dad, finally, two pieces of news with Tiger Woods. One, I guess you're not watching this Tiger Golf League yet, but you've got to. It's on tonight. You should watch some. It's fantastic. It's like a giant simulator in an arena.
I know all about it.
You saw the green that moves, and
yeah.
it's incredibly interesting, and it's fun to watch. I hope it's not the future of golf, but it's definitely found a niche audience.
Let me tell you this, Tyler. The day I start watching Tuesday night indoor golf will be the Tuesday night that your mother leaves me.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably so.
But that ain't happening.
I don't know. Even she might find it interesting the way they do it. I mean, it really is like it's lights. The
only thing
music
she likes about golf is when the birds tweet.
Yeah, and they show the azaleas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that ain't happening.
Yeah, I remember. What a beautiful property. Well, yes, it is. No, but there's lights and music. It's different. It's not your dad's golf. It's not my dad's golf.
No.
But the other piece of news, Tiger says he has not ruled out playing in this year's Masters, which
I hope he does it.
Bring it on.
But anybody that can barely walk those fairways for 4 straight, well, he would never make 4 straight days, I don't think. But
he might. He can move around a little bit.
It's like walking up that 18th fairway is like walking up a mountain.
Yeah, but it's easier when you have bionic limbs.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's more machine than.
I hope he plays.
I hope he makes the cut.
Yeah. Well, I do too if he plays, but
yeah.
I just don't see it happening.
Well, as I said the last year that he won the Masters, if you asked me for a sports wish list, the Saints beating the Falcons twice and getting to the playoffs is up there. Going to Omaha is probably 1B with a bullet. 1A would be Tiger Woods in contention at a major.
Oh, it'd be fantastic.
Especially that major, which I think if he was going to win one, it would probably be that one, because I know it's a tough course and it's hard to walk and it's challenging on his body and everything, but he has at least one advantage there, which is that he knows what to do.
Yeah.
That's all the time we got for this week, guys. Thanks for listening in wherever you get your podcasts or watching on the YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe and share it with your friends. We appreciate you tuning in. Dad, you got anything?
No, I'm going to continue watching this college baseball.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one. We'll see you next week.